So, just a little bit on who I am. I'm Boone. I've been playing online games since 2011, and I believe I have real value that I can present to you that can help you win your games. This is Volkswagen Industries, and we're standing right now in one of the most decisive spots ever. Doesn't it look very familiar? Two teams, one in one side, the other one in the other side. Ryan usually stands there, and the enemy team, the defending team, usually stands here in preparation for the attacking team. I'm making this video because I see a lot of uncoordination in pubs. I believe that if at least this video reaches one other person that can help lead teams into victory, then I think I will do a good job. Because that is what I want this video to do. I want it to reach you, the person hearing this. And I want you to be in charge, take action, and lead your team into victory. I'm going to give you the tools needed for you to do this. Okay? So, I need you to... So let's put ourselves into the enemy's point of view. Because I believe that if we do that, it'll make it much easier to understand what the enemy wants to do. And if we know what the enemy wants to do, we can kind of work around that. Alright? So, think of it like this. There's two shifting energies right now going on. The defending team doesn't want the attacking team to move forward. The attacking team wants to... They don't want to kill the enemy. All they really want to do is stand here. You know? There are lots of moments where the defending team is alive. You know, when they're staggered and they decide, let's not fight. So, we don't necessarily even want to kill the enemy team. All we want to do is capture the point. That's all we want to do. The defending team's job, of course, is to stop us from doing that. But they've been, in a way, accustomed to routine. In a way, they're standing in a way they aren't necessarily trained to deal with aggression. You know what I mean? Let me put it into this way. Let's say all 6 people of the attacking team are together in this little ball. Like, they're all huddled up right now. And a defending team, they're all standing in a ball right here, right? Why not just ignore them altogether and go on to the point? Ignore a fight. And then just simply stand here. Ignore a fight, but they're right there. Won't they chase us? Yeah, they will. But let's put ourselves into the shoes of the defending team. All of a sudden, a stream of people just came in here. So of course someone is going to go in and chase after them. Or maybe like you guys go in behind here and they go to the left. And like it forces the defending team to start chasing after you. Whereas before they were like in their comfort zone doing whatever they wanted. You're the attacking team. You're playing behind your Reinhardt shield. As a McCree, I think what you should do is I think you should go over here and be as far away as possible from like a Roadhog hook and make your way high ground and like just camp here. Here I think is what I would do as a McCree. And your entire team, what they have to do, you have to get your tanks onto the point. That is what your tanks are there for, to tank damage. Use DPS, you don't want to do that. So you make your way onto the left and you completely ignore the enemy, forcing them to split. Some people chase you here, other people chase you there, but now you're not fighting a whole team anymore. You're fighting a split team. A split team in a pub that, let's face it, pubs aren't really coordinated. And because of that, when single people are forced to be under high stress scenarios, a lot of them choke up and they make mistakes. What we're doing now is we're simply creating an environment where it's simpler for our enemy to create mistakes. Here's something else to do. It's called kill the first guy we see. All you need is a McCree and a Roadhog. A Reaper is nice too. You flash with a McCree, the Reinhardt shield. He's usually the first person you see. You hook with the Roadhog immediately afterwards, and you kill the Reinhardt. That fight is now 5v6. If the Reinhardt isn't there, you flash the first person you see, and you kill that person. You go up the stairs. Do not fight. This is very important. Do not fight. You want to kill one person immediately, but not fight afterwards. Because you want to make your entire team up here, and then your tanks drop down. Meanwhile, your McCree and your DPS stand up here. They just want to, like, they're in a comfort zone. The enemy DPS are not going to be following them through that small tunnel. Because if they do, they give up the point. The enemy DPS most likely will start reacting and just stand here. Now, all of a sudden, your DPS have high ground and your tanks are on the point, taking damage. This is really, really optimal positioning. The next is going to be this next point. This is actually, I think, one of the simplest points to do. And I believe the easiest strategy for this is going to be to move your attacking team and host them here. Here. This is where I want you to think. How can I get my attacking team and how can I put them here? What is the simplest way I can do this? Okay, well, advantages, first of all. If you're a McCree or a soldier or a Hanzo, you have high ground. This is really good place for you to fight. You also have sights of their spawns. You always have high ground every step of the way. If they have a Mei, fear not. All you need to do is just go up the stairs and take one of these ramps. It's might take a miracle if people somehow need to be able to do it. You need to be able to get your entire team to fully agree to get one of these platforms if you suspect that they have a Mei wall. Because if they do have a Mei wall and you go through that choke and people are separated and you're not able to help those people out immediately, it'll create and you don't have an immediate solution to that problem immediately, people will stop listening to you. Recognize that if they have a Mei, this is where Mei shines. She shines in this choke. She does not shine in those archways. She does not shine in going up top. So don't go main if you suspect they have a Mei. Frankly, I like going up here, mostly because it leads you directly to their battlements. This is great, and you can fit 6 people into one of these ramps. Don't go here. Go left. Because you want to be able to fight behind them, and you want to be able to kill Mercies, because they're usually hiding, trying to get a 6-man res, which you want to, avoid. If you're McCree, your job is going to be to kill that Mercy. I believe her only hiding spots are going to be, this is the most common one, the one here, right? She sees people coming this direction. She is going to be, wants to put as much distance as possible. And I think this is a really good place to high noon, because it's so far away from all the action. There's so much distance, there's so much fall off, you can't get hooked very, very easily. There's a Roadhog on the point. If you haven't seen the Mercy, maybe she's out in here. Alright. Hope this was really educational. The reason why I didn't say right side go to the high ground and drop down here is simply because you're going to be, the first thing you're going to see is going to be that Reinhardt shield. And whereas before, you could flash the Reinhardt shield and then hook, now it's a little bit, the space is bigger. And there's more, I believe it's a little bit harder to do it here. Because here you don't even want to kill the Reinhardt, to be honest. The first person you want to kill here are going to be the supports. Are going to be the DPS, and you want to invade their ground. You don't want to fight the Reinhardt anymore. Whereas before you could kill the Reinhardt because it was everything was so close, cramped, and it would be hard for his team to back him up. Now his entire team is kind of behind him, and it's much easier to punish that kind of aggression play. So it would still work though. I would say do it if you want to. Up here, I think it's higher value to be able to kill supports and DPS, and making sure they don't have free reign to if they have a Soldier 76 who wants to aimbot up here, or a high nooning McCree that wants to high noon up here. You want to invade that personal space and say, hey, this is our space now. And you have high ground, which is positional advantage, and which is really nice. And you can look for the supports, which is incredibly important. I hope this guide helps you as much as possible. If you have any questions, post them on Reddit. I will answer. This is my guide for this map in particular. This is what has just been helping me out to win. Now, as actually talking to people, I'll make a different video for that. This one I guess will just cover the map.